What's up, y'all?
Hey.
It's your girls, Doe.
M.O. Oh, my bad. I thought you was going to say my name.
You got it. You got it.
Okay.
So we're back with the Rooted Life podcast.
Yeah.
It is season 9, which is kind of crazy.
Wild.
I don't even really know how we got to this number.
Jesus.
But so much has changed, y'all, since the last time we came together. More things that I can even really account for. A lot of exciting things, which we will get into later.
Mm-hmm.
But for right now, all y'all need to know is that we're two best friends who've been best friends for over 15 years. And we've been running this podcast for like 6 years now.
Wow.
We went through a little friendship breakup, came back together, brought it back.
We did.
And now we're here building the Rooted Life community. So we're all about helping people glow and grow in Christ. And so we do that by helping women focus on faith and well-being.
Yeah, I can't believe we made it to 6. That's 6 years is that's
it's
something.
A crazy amount of time.
That's a long time to be faithful.
Well, the pandemic was 10 years.
Yeah, okay, so 16?
Really?
Okay, so we over 10 easy.
Yeah.
Well, if you're new here, you may not know that pretty much all of our podcast seasons kind of focus on something that we're going through because I feel like that's more relatable, easy for us to talk about. Last season we talked about our friendship breakup, the struggles we was going through.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't walk away from God, but we kind of turned our backs.
Yeah,
I would say
we was a little frustrated.
We was rebellious.
With him and each other.
Yeah, so we had gone through some things, but you can check out that episode on streaming services on YouTube. And this season, I think if we were kind of thinking and praying about what should we talk about this season, I think the word that we both would use to describe this season is change.
Yeah.
And change is inevitable, but how we move through change actually shapes us. Mm-hmm. And so this season, we're going to talk about different types of changes that we experience in our bodies, relationships, work, career, spill all the tea, share some lessons. I probably will cry. You know the deal.
No,
it'll be great. And so I'm excited for us to just describe and kind of unpack change, but really our hope is that people would leave this season feeling more encouraged and more equipped to navigate the change in their lives.
Yeah.
That's it, girl.
That's it.
I guess what? Glows and grows?
Yeah, so, glows and grows. But before we get into that, I want to plug one more little thing.
Okay, what you got?
So, we're all about helping people thrive in relationships, but sometimes listening to the podcast episode is not enough to really go deeper. Sometimes you need something tangible in your hand, a real thing. And so we're super excited to share that we are going to be launching our relationship card game.
Okay.
Finally. It's been 2 years in the making, and it is ready. It is coming, and so we're going to start our Kickstarter campaign later this month.
Okay,
and folks can kind of jump on in. So Pulse Check is designed to spark meaningful conversations, help people build deeper connections with the people that matter to them the most: partners, friends, family, all the things.
Okay,
and so as you listen to this episode, we're going to do a question at the end of each episode.
I like it,
so people can kind of get a taste, and if you like what you hear, then y'all need to pre-order. Okay.
Support your girls. Support Black businesses.
Yeah.
All right.
Glows and now, glows and grows. So what am I doing?
I don't know.
What am I growing in right now? I feel like I'm going through a lot of different challenges in a lot of different spaces. And oftentimes I think like when life is hard, you tend to look inward. Like how is all of this challenge impacting me? How's it making me feel? Like it's like the woe is me and the world against me. And so I'm realizing when I kind of go into that space, I'm not really looking outward or upward. And so I'm not inviting God into those challenges, or even like my community who wants to support me through that. And so I think that's a grow area for me, is like remembering when I am going through hard times to look outside of myself. And oftentimes if I can look out or look up, it takes my focus off of what I'm going through and kind of helps me see like what support I do have around me. And then I would say my glow is I've done a really great job of giving grace to other people who are different from me, which I experience a lot at work and in relationships and all the things. But I remember in one season we talked about like not being offended by the fact that other people are different from you.
I remember that.
Which is easier said than done sometimes. Like you have to actively work to be like, you know what, that's not how I would have done that, but that's okay, And so I'm just grateful to see that growth there. Because otherwise you just walk around being like mad all the time. So that's not fun. So
you kind of get into my grow. Proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, my grow is that I'm making complaining about my job a full-time job. I was telling Joe that if I got paid for how much I complain about my job, I could have another salary on top of my salary. I need to stop complaining.
Okay.
And do more praying.
Awareness,
at the very
they
least.
say, is the first step.
They say that's the first step. But I've been in this awareness for a long time, so I don't know what is. Lord, help me, maybe. help me, Lord, because they doing things that I don't understand and quite frankly don't agree with.
Yeah, that's
so
real.
yeah, I want to do more praying than complaining about my job.
That's real.
And really more than that, see the opportunity there for me to grow and be stretched and to be used by God. Because when I'm doing so much complaining, I'm missing opportunities, and that's really the tragedy.
That's real.
So we want to do better with that. The glow is, I think that my bounce back time, like my emotional regulation, like processing, working through feelings, it's getting quicker. I'm like, that would have taken me 2 days to process, or I would have been upset for an hour. Now I can process it with God, maybe get a little tears out, maybe fuss a little bit in my head, pray about it. And I'm like, let me just shake that off and let's move on. So I think my emotional bounce back time is improved significantly.
Look at you. She's growing.
She's growing.
Look at her maturing.
It's costly, but she's
That's a
growing.
real thing, though. Like being able to bounce back from things. It's such a skill. It really is. Because otherwise, you just end up spiraling and sitting, and you don't get anything done. You know,
unproductive.
And so, yeah, good stuff there.
Yeah, I'm proud of us.
I'm proud of us.
We haven't done a
too.
glow in a while. That felt nice.
It's been so long.
Yeah.
I mean, I love to just like take a moment to be like, okay, what's going well, and where do you still need like to do a little bit more work? I think it's just healthy. So y'all can take that.
Sure can. You're welcome.
That's for free. Okay, so let's get into this episode.
Okay.
Y'all might be wondering, why are we dedicating an entire season to talking about change? What's the big deal, Morgan?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we said it already. It's timely for both of us. That's one. But how we navigate change matters. I was thinking about it. Like, change can be a tool that draws us closer to God, or it can be a tool that we use to actually pull away from God because we're upset about the change. We don't understand it. We're resentful. And so I think how we navigate change is important. And I think also a lot of us just don't have the tools we need to process, oftentimes grieve, bring it to God. Like, I think a lot of us actually need the tools to navigate change, especially since it's going to happen anyway, but it happens, and so many of us, like you said, we're caught off guard. So we really want people to be more prepared, equipped to be able to navigate that. Yeah. So that's why I think it's important to talk about it.
I would agree. I think we also make a lot of assumptions about how we're going to navigate certain changes.
Yeah.
Either trying to like over prepare or we under prepare. But I think there's just a lot of natural mystery and discomfort that comes with change. But I think once you kind of like get it all out in the open, like, hey, there's going to be a lot of unknown here. And that's okay. Like when you're talking about bounce back time, I'm even thinking about that through change. It's like you're going to stumble. You're going to mess up. Like things aren't going to go the way that you plan. But being able to bounce back in that change, I think just helps us be able to navigate it in a stronger way.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just thinking about, like, even when I got the house, it was a really hard transition, but my mom was like, hey, it's okay to grieve a little bit. Like, and I think also normalizing grieving in the changing process, because especially when it's a positive change, you think you're just going to be rah, but no one tells you have to sacrifice and grieve all the things you are letting go to make room for the thing that you actually prayed and asked God for. And even just like normalizing the struggle of processing change, I think that's important for people to your point of not feeling alone, because you might feel like, well, I feel bad because I'm grieving this because God did this thing, but to normalize that, I think is healthy and helpful for all of us too.
Yeah. Even positive change is hard to go through, and I think that's a really good thing.
You know this more. You know this.
I mean, I'm happy. My life right now is having positive change in every area of my life.
Facts.
And it is wearing me out. I mean, I am like,
not tussling.
Oh my God. And it's like, thank you, God. And also, what you doing? Why so many at the same time? So like, yeah, it's hard either way, you know, which I think is even more of a reason why it's such an important conversation to have, because it doesn't really matter what the change is. It's really about how you choose to move through it.
Exactly. Ooh, that's a bar. All right. Second question for you. What's been, as we kind of look on the horizon for our episodes, for our whole season, we have it built out. So I'm curious, like, what's been one of the most surprising changes you've experienced so far, and which episode this season are you most excited to dive into?
Yeah. One of the most surprising changes I feel like is my leadership journey.
Okay.
I've always seen myself as a leader, as someone who's ambitious. And so it's almost like I knew I would get here, but at the same time, getting here, I'm kind of like, this is way different than what I thought it was. I think that my thought around leadership was like, great, now like everyone is kind of responding to what it is that I need. Like you're almost being like served at the highest level.
Yeah.
But really leading people is about serving at the highest
servant
level.
leadership.
And I'm like, wait a minute.
Not the yell.
Is this what I signed up for? Oh my God. Like, I'm being
That's
responsive to the needs of so many more people all the time. And so that has been just a huge shift in my life. And so I'm excited to kind of like share what I've learned through that process, and also live process with y'all on some of the things as well.
Live episode.
I love a live process.
I think the episode I'm most excited to talk about is like the changes we've gone through in our body.
Yeah.
We're fully in our 30s now, not early.
Yeah, we deep in there.
We about we in there.
I like getting older. I think I'm probably like a rare, like a unicorn in that. And I think it's also because I was always like deemed the baby because I was young. Everyone would always make fun of me for being young.
That's so weird.
It's such a weird thing to
what
make
you supposed
fun
to do
of.
about that?
A little young. It's like, okay. And so now I'm like, oh, look at me. I'm 33. Like, look at her. She's an adult. So
that is so
like
funny.
older, but continue.
Yeah, I think for me, I'm excited. We were kind of talking about this before the episode, but I feel like when we hear in Christian spaces, when they talk about women, particularly women's body, it's about purity. It's about modesty. It's so much about the male gaze, honestly. Patriarchy. Let's talk about it.
Yikes.
But what does it mean to like actually enjoy and embrace the body God has given you as it changes, as it evolves, especially in this day and age when I go on YouTube and I'm getting ads out the wazoo for this different pill, this different injection.
Ads are crazy.
They are persistent.
So I told Jared, I was like, it's kind of wild
I'm
that all
overwhelmed.
of a sudden it was normal to see people on screen like giving themselves shots, like on Hulu particularly.
I saw, Hulu's
almost
going crazy.
every Hulu ad is like a weight loss shot.
Yeah,
and I was just like, how is this gonna like affect our psyche in 10 years?
No, seriously.
Anyway,
so I feel like we're bombarded with messages as women. This is not any news about our bodies, but as we get older, our bodies look different.
Yeah.
So how do we embrace the bodies God has given us? How do we enjoy it, respect it, and honor it without thinking about the male gaze? Like absent, no offense to the fellas, but just for me. I want to enjoy my body for me. So what does that look like?
Yeah.
So I'm excited to have a space to process that and give other like women space to process that too.
Yeah, that's a good one, because we don't really talk about it as much with other people unless it's in a negative way. Like oftentimes when bodies are talked about, I feel like in women's spaces, it tends to lean on the like self-deprecating side.
Yeah,
it's just
you're
like,
right.
I don't like this, or just little comments like, oh, chubby, this, that, and it's like, why is that the case? You know what I mean? So I think that'll be also kind of interesting to dig into too.
Yeah, hopefully it's healing for some people too.
I hope so.
Yeah. I hope so.
All
okay.
Right. Well, what in this season, what are you hoping that people will get from it?
I don't know. So many things. I think for one, for us to, I don't know. I had one thing prepared, but now I'm going to switch my answer. I think for us to normalize the many feelings that come with change.
Yeah.
So that people don't feel isolated or feel like something's wrong, that we would just give ourselves permission to feel the feels and grieve and celebrate and cry and rejoice. And find more moments to celebrate that. I was on the phone with Jordan yesterday and we were talking about how like in this day and age we've like normalized celebrating just big milestones, but like getting a new car is exciting, or getting a new job. Like how can we create more opportunities to celebrate each other? And I think that's kind of along the lines of change of like, let's normalize the feelings that may not feel positive, but also have moments of celebration that God is moving and answering prayers. And so I just pray that we would just, for
the little things.
Yeah, celebrate the little things and give ourselves space to feel the feels and invite God into all of that. Yeah, that's what I want.
Real. That's real. I was thinking about just a change in perspective, like considering change from a different view. And I thought about like caterpillars and how like when they go into that cocoon, it's dark and it's uncomfortable and it's tight, but that space is the only means by which they can become what they were always meant to be. Ma'am. Which is crazy. You know what I mean? And so, like, if maybe we could look at our change as, like, oh, this is the only way that I will be all that God has called me to be, that helps me, like, engage with this in a different way. Because I'm like, okay, now I'm being anchored in truth and being reminded that, like, this is for my good and for His glory. And that's just, that perspective shift will help you go through any kind of change with a completely different view on it. So I just hope that like all of us can kind of walk away and be like, shoot, I'm talking to myself now.
Okay, preach to yourself.
I hear you. Like, this is hard.
Yeah.
But this is the path that you need to be on to get where I need to take you.
Yeah, and you're in good company. Yeah. If you look in the Bible, there's nobody who did great things for the Lord that did not have a dark season, a hidden place. It's part of the process. It's built into the process.
Yeah.
And so I think back to what we're saying, if we normalize that, like, God, I'm in a hard place. He's working there. I'm in a hidden place. He's moving there, and not be so resistant to it, but be like, all right, Holy Spirit, let me partner with what you're doing in my heart and in my mind in this season, even though it's difficult and hard, because I'm in good company.
Yeah.
And if you're with me, I'm in good company.
I'm good.
I'm going to be okay.
I'm going to be all right.
But I think, we have to, it's okay that it's hard. It's okay that it's hidden. It's okay that it's challenging.
Oof.
He's in all of that. And he knows that it's challenging.
Yeah.
But he says the strength is made perfect in our weakness. So I think it's even more opportunities for us to depend on him.
Yeah.
And I think he sets it up so that we have to depend on him. It's like, I don't got nothing else to give in this space. You got to show up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, and thinking about like how God is going to move through this season, like I just really trust that this will be freeing for people to kind of know that they're not alone.
Yeah.
And to know that like change is going to come, and if it hasn't hit you right now, if you're not really going through a significant change right now, then maybe this will just feel like preparation.
Yeah, that's
you
good.
know, and it'll just give you the space to be like, okay, how can I better set myself up for success when it does come?
Yeah, and preparation is good stewardship.
Ooh. It is.
It is. God keeps bringing up the word preparation. This might have been like the 4th time it's been brought to me this week. So I'm like, noted. Good stewardship. Okay. Very last question. We've kind of touched on this a little bit, but how are you believing in God to move in this podcast season?
Oh, I already.
Oh, you already answered that?
I already addressed that.
Oh, did you?
I'm
My bad. I don't know. Do I got something else to add?
I'm gonna let you hit that one.
I think I said it a little bit too, but just to be reminded that, let me talk to the camera, just to be reminded that like even in the change, he's in that. Like he's not absent. He didn't say like, okay, now you're going to get married, good luck, or now you have to move from your family, or now you lost this family member, good luck. He is there with you in the difficult. And I think that it's an invitation for us to lean into him. So I hope that people would recognize the change, the difficulty, the hidden, the dark. All those things are opportunities to see him for who he really is, which is a really good, loving, faithful father. Oh. And so I pray that we would all leave the season just being like, man, he's faithful to me. He will keep his word to me. He is faithful, and I can trust him. I mean, that's emotional. Yeah, because it's like, dang, he really is faithful. Like he really is good. And you're going to look back, and it's like, even when you go through change, the beautiful part of walking with God is you always look back and you see his faithfulness even more than you realize. Yeah. And so even if you're going through change right now, it's not forever. It's temporary. Eventually you'll look back and be like, man, that was for my good and for his glory.
That's crazy. I was on, I'm doing our devotion on the Bible app.
Okay, little plug.
And yeah, that's actually a humble plug. I'm just actually going through it. And today was about,
what was it?
It was about gratitude, and it was about focusing on like what God has done, because it allows you to trust that he will continue doing in your life.
And we said that?
This is good. But it was like exactly what I needed today, because I'm like, God. That place of gratitude, and then our reflection was to list 3 things that God has done recently and what that means for what he's going to do.
Ooh,
and I was just like,
strong.
Okay. So I like wrote my little things down. And I'm like, you are faithful. Look at you in all of these moments. And so, sometimes you just need that little reminder too.
That goes back to your grow from earlier today too. He was helping you through your grow in that moment of like, let me expand your perspective of what you're seeing so you can see a bird's eye view.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay.
Well, all right. Well, it's time for us to wrap, honestly.
Let's
we
wrap it up.
mentioned a little bit earlier, so we're launching our Kickstarter for our post-check relationship card game. So you can click the link in our description to support and pre-order. And we're going to end each episode with one of the questions from the game to give folks a little taste. So our question today, how has God loved you well in this season?
My garden.
Oh, yes.
There's something about planting something and nurturing it and seeing it grow.
Yeah.
I'm like, man. And then you see, like, even if you go to like a plant nursery, the one I went to, they must have had, I don't know, 300 different types of plants. So I'm like, I don't know how anybody can look at this and not know there's a God. It's so unnecessarily creative and beautiful. We don't need 50 different types of trees. Like, it's so unnecessary, but so kind. And so I think just seeing my garden, seeing my little flowers bloom, and just, I think in some ways, like, just be reminded that, like, the way that I'm caring for my plants, he cares for me even more, nurturing me, keep an eye on me. Like every day I walk into my house, I'm picking out weeds. I'm like, oh, that is what he is doing for us every day. And so maybe it's just a reminder of his goodness and faithfulness. I think about that scripture about like, he is the vine, we are the branch. You know, like he's doing his thing. So I think just having a garden and being able to like see my flowers bloom is is really beautiful. Yeah.
Well, it's funny. You actually just pointed it out, and I had thought about this, but about how my devotion like connected directly to what I needed.
Oh
but I feel like that has happened like almost every day.
Wow.
Here recently, like I will spend that time with him in the morning. I'll like jot my notes down, kind of meditate on whatever it is that I believe I took from the time. And then literally, like there will be an exact moment in the day where it comes back to my mind. Like something happens, like my employee quitting, and I'm just like, oh, this is what you were talking about this morning, God. And so instead of it like emotionally rocking me,
that's good.
Literally I'm in the conversation and like the girl is like, she's emotional because she's like, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, oh girl, it's fine. I think I was already ready for this. So like, what are our next steps? And she was like, you're taking this so chill. And I'm just like, dang, he really will go before you and really make sure you have what you need. So he's loving me well through all of this.
I love that.
Just so sweet.
All righty. Well, we want to keep the post check conversation going. So feel free to share that post check question with somebody in your life. The question is, how has God loved you well in this season?
Yeah.
Like Doe said, if you want to support post check, if you liking where we're going with this relationship card game, you can head to the link in our description and pre-order the game today. And then lastly, share this episode with a friend, a colleague, a neighbor, somebody who
put somebody
might
on.
Bless. Yeah.
Don't be gatekeeping. And then the last thing that you really can't do if you want to stay plugged in.
Oh,
so
yeah.
we have a little newsletter. We dropped some real good tidbits.
I think
the people
it's
been
strong.
replying to the newsletter. And I'm
Yeah.
like, y'all really be reading
They be
this.
reading
It's
it.
good stuff. So yeah, y'all can sign up for the newsletter in our bio as well. And follow us on Instagram. That's always just a gentle plug
easy.
at Rooted Life Podcast. All right. We love y'all. Stay rooted.